Now, as schools get ready to start a new academic year, a survey suggests half of parents don't feel enough is being done to help children catch up after the disruption caused by COVID. Many want to see the school day lengthened to increase learning time.
There's also support for continuing the system of teacher assessment for grades which were brought in after many exams were cancelled due to the pandemic. The government says it's committed to what it calls an ambitious education recovery, as Kevin Ashford will tell us.
Rebecca Rose from Horsham in Sussex has 4 children. She says her 2 youngest, who were in nursery when the pandemic started, will feel the biggest impact of the new school year.
They missed out on all the excitement of finishing preschool. The transition between reception and year 1 is huge for 5-year-olds. They are having to go from, kind of play-assisted learning to something that's a lot more structured in school. So year 1's going to be quite a big deal for them.
In a survey looking at what could be done to help children catch up after the COVID disruption, 39% of parents questioned supported the idea of extending the school day. 52% were in favour of reducing class sizes, and 34% supported the system of teacher assessment and coursework for grading students that was introduced after many exams were cancelled.
Can you please tell me, Bella, about the play of Macbeth?
These youngsters at the Petersfield School in Hampshire know all about assessments instead of exams. Because of COVID, it was their reality as they studied for their GCSEs, and many liked the change.
I think it's better 100% because you don't have to rely on one exam to showcase how you have been for 5 years.
I like doing the assessments. I think it's quite full on to do 2 months of just assessments all the time. But I think if I'd done the exams, I might have done worse because I didn't have as many chances to pick up my grades.
If my final grade is just determined by one exam, if it goes wrong, if I have a bad day, then I'm walking away with a grade that maybe I was capable of getting a better one.
Knowing that we didn't have exams meant that they had to hit that ground running in September. So homework was always done, classwork was always done to the best of their ability. And although some students might think that actually they wouldn't have got as well as on the exam, that could be because they worked harder earlier, which saw them get a better result than if they just crammed it in at the last minute.
The government has told ITV it has no plans to scrap exams and says it's going to spend £1.5 billion on tutoring in schools and colleges as part of what it calls its education recovery plan. This tutoring company says it's seen a change in why parents have opted for tuition for their children.
Obviously there's support with exam questions and progressing that side of things, but also confidence, raising aspirations, to help students really understand what life beyond school might look like. And it's confidence in particular that's been a focus for parents during the pandemic and in the wake of teacher assessed grades. So we're seeing quite a structural shift around the reasons parents get tuition for students.
A new school year always means challenges for youngsters, but none more so than for today's students as they begin to emerge from the COVID pandemic. Kevin Ashford, ITV News.